Hi everyone, if you're new here, welcome to the channel Sharif Ladka. My name is Arif, this is the second video of the channel. Let's get started. As you know, in the previous video I mentioned that I want to motivate and inspire people to become a better version of themselves by documenting my own journey as I try to improve my own life. Before moving on to the whole documenting part, let me give you a brief timeline on how this thing will flow. A major push to what is about to come started from my motivation to give the GMAT exam and pursue a master's degree. After updating on LinkedIn about my plan to pursue a master's in management degree, a lot of people started messaging me to help them with their GMAT exam. In today's video, I want to take you through my process of the GMAT exam. The path I took is not a set path and definitely will change for every individual. By sharing my own path, I'm just trying to give you a way that works for me. For sure, I'm no expert. I'm just attempting my best to help those who want to do the same. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. Back in November 2019, I was talking to a friend of mine and we were trying to compare a traditional MBA degree with an MIM degree. After weighing in all the pros and cons for my situation, which by the way I'm not going to discuss in this video as it is a very long discussion and deserves a video of its own, I decided to go with the MIM degree. Thus began my research for an ideal business school that will allow me to tailor my own career aspiration and give me that freedom to choose my own pace and path. I talked to a few connections I had on LinkedIn who were pursuing the MIM degree and just asked them about their opinion on their own course, their curriculum, their college, how did they arrive at that decision to select that college and how their experience was going. December went by in research and introspection. I went home for a couple of days during the Christmas break that Deloitte gave us and I spent a considerable amount of time enjoying with family. Initially I thought that I could take out a few hours every day to study and planned out that I will try to study at least 5 hours per day. But in the end, I failed miserably and in a total span of 11 days, I ended up studying only a total of 3 hours. So the last half of December went in a very festive mood where I attended lots of weddings, just chilled out with my cousins and spent the entire time enjoying at home. Realizing that now I don't have enough time left, I mapped out the entire next month on how my preparation should go. I started out with a week where I would study 35 hours over 4 weeks, totaling up to 140 hours. After the holidays, I came back to Hyderabad on 5th of January and a sudden realization hit me which made me very disappointed because I wasted all the 15 days at home when I literally had no office work where I could study but didn't. Nevertheless, I convinced myself that I have enough time left and if I plan out the next month perfectly, I can still give my GMAT exam soon. On 6th of January, I booked my exam date for 8th of February so that I just have 1 month left and also made this tracker so that I can keep track of how many days are left and also to scare me that I don't have many days. To know which materials would suit me the best, I did some research online and also talked to a bunch of people who had already given the GMAT exam. Finally, I decided to go with the official guide and also got separate books for CR such as PowerScore, the Manhattan Sentence Correction Guide and the Manhattan book set for the quant section. Every day I scheduled all my study hours after my office hours, so basically all my study time was after 8 p.m. I started with the PowerScore CR book and went through the whole book as if it were the holy grail of the GMAT exam. The book, however, was somewhat boring, but it gave me a basic understanding of how the CR questions in the exam are. And trust me, even if it was boring, the PowerScore CR is literally the holy grail for the CR section of the GMAT exam. Along with the theory, it also contained questions which I tried every now and then just to check if I am able to comprehend the knowledge well or not. After I completed the PowerScore CR book, I moved on to the Sentence Correction Guide from Manhattan. And trust me, it is literally a godsend. Manhattan Sentence Correction Guide is the only book you require, in my opinion, for the sentence correction part of the GMAT exam. After completing the critical reasoning book and the sentence correction guide, I decided to start off by doing some questions from the official guide. I hadn't touched the quant theory part yet and thought, let's just see where I stand. I tried to simulate the actual quant and the verbal section of the exam and took some questions from the official guide to do so. From the quant part, I took 31 questions evenly distributed between problem solving and data sufficiency and 31 questions from the verbal part equally distributed between RC, critical reasoning as well as sentence correction. I continued to do all these simulations till the very end of my preparation, that is around 4th of February. At the same time, I also skimmed through the Manhattan guides for the quant section and then decided to take the actual mock tests in addition to the simulation that I was taking already from the OG book. I searched online and I got a bunch of free exams from Kaplan, Veritas, Manhattan. At the end of third week, that is 25th of January, I decided to give my first mock exam from Veritas Prep. I sat down for the exam and selected the same sequence that I would in the main exam quant, verbal, IR and AWA, and I ended up scoring just a 630. 46 in quant and 30 in verbal, which was very disappointing for me. I then decided that I needed more material to brush up my knowledge, and that is when I started EG Math lectures. The video lectures grabbed my attention for a longer duration and gave me the boost I needed. By the end of 4th week, I was complete with all the syllabus that I had. I was done with all the EG Math lectures and I had nearly completed all the OG questions that I wanted to do. I set a target of 700 and I was pretty confident that I will be able to score that. On 2nd of February, I took my second mock exam from the Kaplan series and ended up with just a 650. After analyzing, I realized that I did a lot of mistakes in the quant section, especially in the data sufficiency part. My score 650 was split as 43 in quant and 36 in verbal. Frankly, I was fine with 36 in verbal because I had just prepared for 3 weeks, and if I wanted to improve my score more than 36, I needed a lot of time which I did not have. After the analyzing part was complete, I convinced myself that this is not the time to panic and just keep my cool, as there are only 5 days left and there is nothing much I can do anyway in this time, apart from just practicing and revising what I had already done. On 3rd, after starting with a fresh mind, I decided to give the very first mock from the official MBA.com website where you actually book your GMAT exam. Again, I scored only a 630, split as 48 in quant and 28 in verbal. I was really confused as to why my verbal score is fluctuating so much. It was in the range of 28 to 36 and 37 sometimes. Still, I decided not to panic. I grabbed my book that I was using from the very first day, in which I was scribbling every other notes, every questions, every theory, every solution that I was going through, and just went through the whole book, skimming through its pages. On 5th of February, I attempted the Manhattan mock exam and scored a 670, split as 46 in quant, 36 in verbal this time. I wasn't happy with my performance, but I knew one thing: if I panic and lose the cool that I have right now, it will only lead to negative consequences. Finally, just 2 days before the actual GMAT exam, on 6th of February, I attempted my very last mock exam, the second one from the official MBA.com website, and yet again I scored only a 630. Finally, I took a break on the very last day before the GMAT exam and decided to go through different strategies on how to score well in the IR section as well as in the AWA section. For the AWA section, I came across a very nice strategy called the Chinese burn strategy, which helped me in the end score a very good number in the AWA section. Finally, on the exam day, I tried to keep as much composure as I can while also managing my time. Unfortunately, I panicked, lost track of time, and had to guess the last 3 questions of the quant exam. Still, I decided to not let this performance affect me in the next 2 sections. However, by the end, I realized that I have missed my target of 700. Fast forward a few minutes, when I ended the exam, I saw a score of 660 on my screen, split as 46 in quant, 35 in verbal, and a 6 in the IR section. Nevertheless, I accepted the score and went outside. From the next day, I decided to devote my full attention to all my applications and apply with a score of 660. But something inside of me was still not satisfied with my performance. I would stare at my score report for hours and just replay the whole 3 hours I was there in the test center, and always imagine if I could just properly manage my time in the quant section, I would have a much better score and maybe even realize my score of 700. So fast forward from 8th of February to 14th of February. I was talking to a friend of mine who was actually pursuing the MIM degree from a college where I actually wanted to go. Upon talking to him, he straight away gave me his honest opinion that school might have a certain minimum threshold for us as we come from an extremely huge applicant pool. I don't know what clicked me at that moment, but I immediately called up my parents, told them that I wanted to give the GMAT exam again, and went online to book the second attempt. After you give the GMAT exam, you're only eligible to give that exam again after 16 calendar days. From my first attempt on 8th of February, I was eligible to give the exam earliest on 24th or 25th of February. And luckily for me, 25th was available. The date that was available after 25th was after my deadline, so I did not second guess anything and immediately booked my exam on 25th. Thus began my journey to improve my score in just 10 days, from 14th of February to 24th of February. This time I decided to purchase the Manhattan Test Series, as I believe it was the closest to the actual GMAT exam, with the quant section being a little harder so that it gives me a better practice. In the 10 days I only practiced questions from the official guide and gave the GMAT exam mocks. I did not touch any new material. Since I had lost practice, the initial score of my mock weren't so good. They were only 620 and 590. But then I picked up pace as I practiced more and more, and the later mock exam test score was 650, 670 and then a 680. One thing I did convince myself this time was to not panic even for a second. Time management and keeping your cool, in my opinion, are the two most important criteria if you want to score well in the GMAT exam. I set my aim for 700 and on a piece of paper I wrote 7 followed by a blank space and then a 0 to motivate myself to get a score of 700 or above in any case. 25th February came in a jiffy and there I was sitting in front of the screen yet again in less than 3 weeks attempting my GMAT exam for the second time. I selected the same sequence for my sections starting with quant, then verbal followed by IR and EWA. When I finished my quant section I had 30 seconds to spare and I was delighted. The verbal section went by in the same manner and by the end I was so happy that I was breezing through the IR and the AWA section. Finally the moment came to end the exam. Upon pressing the end button, there it was, a 690 on my screen. My heart ached a bit to not see the 7 as the first digit, but I was nevertheless happy because I was able to improve my score by 30 points in just 10 days. My quant score improved from 46 to 48, verbal and AWA remained at 35 and 5.5, and IR improved from 6 to 7. I accepted the score, exited the test center and called my parents.